Good morning, Flosstube. It's a beautiful one. If you hear funny noises in the background, my teenagers are home making funny noises. It is gorgeous here this morning. Cold, but beautiful. Look at those clouds. Amazing. Chat soon. Hello, Flosstube. It's Patty from 4 Boys and an NL Girl and Brenna Needle. This is Gigi. We're coming to you from the extreme east coast of Canada in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. And on the island of Newfoundland and almost the most easterly point in North America. My pronouns are she, her. It is a beautiful, cold, minus 11 outside, wind chill minus 22. We do have this much snow on the ground, which makes me happy. I'd rather have a lot more snow on the ground, like lots and lots and lots and lots. But this is better than nothing. Gigi, I invited her up because this is usually the chair she sits in when we're downstairs, and apparently I can't share it with her. Or I can, but she wants to be up close and sit in her. So I'm going to put her, see if she'll curl up behind me so I can show you a few things. I have been doing a little bit of stitching this month. I cannot believe it's the 31st of January already. I really meant to do more videos this month, but that didn't happen. I guess a little bit of personal information. Between New Year's and today, we've had a couple of fairly significant extended family emergencies, which means that actually my spouse my husband's away for that reason, or for one of those reasons. And so we're trying to get things done. I'm single parenting. He was single parenting for a while, so we're moving along, but it's been a bit of a year already. So, but I have been doing some stitching. I've been doing a little bit of knitting, and I'm going to show you a little bit of both. So this is a Flosstube. My videos are mainly about cross stitch. I will throw in knitting and other crafts that I am working on. I am a cross stitch designer. I'm a hand dyed cross stitch fabric dyer with Brenna Needle and my business partner Cheryl. And yeah, so I'm going to show you a little bit of dyeing today as well, or a little bit of dyeing that I did today. I'm going to show you the end result. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so let's get started with the stitching. At the early part to the middle part of January, completely lost my Crojo. My cross stitch Joe was, how do you say that? Crojo? I'm not very cool, so I don't know how to say that. Anyway, my cross stitchy bug had left the building, and I wasn't stitching very much at the very beginning of the month. Then I was watching Sheila, hi Sheila, over at Mrs. Stitches, and she's doing a whole bunch of different stitching, and it was really inspiring. Beautiful, beautiful work. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to take out 4 or 5 or 6 whips to work on, but to alternate them every day. And that's what I've been doing. I don't have one for every day of the week because once I started stitching, I wanted to keep stitching on a couple of them. So I'm going to show you what I have been stitching. So the first piece I'm going to show you is one that I had started, I think, in the fall of 2024, or I started this at Stitch North 2024. So that would have been last April or May, early May. And this is by the Witchy Stitcher. It's a kit by the Witchy Stitcher. It's called Pumpkin Witch Halloween Greetings Cross Stitch Kit. I got everything except for the fabric. I provide my own fabric, but all the thread came with this kit. This is how the Witchy Stitcher kits look. They're awesome. I actually recently bought a few more kits from the Witchy Stitcher. I love her designs, and you probably can't tell from this picture, but this little guy's head sparkles. So this came with a variety of, with a thread and pattern, of course, and a really nice how-to cross-stitch booklet in there as well. So I'm using my own 14 count tea and coffee dyed fabric, and I'm going to show you, I think I have a picture of when I started this, but I'm not sure. it doesn't matter, because when I started, I realized I'd made a lot of mistakes. So I actually had to take out almost everything. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Almost everything except this very bad, the black down here I didn't have to take out, but just about everything else I did. And look, you can see it sparkling there. So this is how far I am. Not very far, but when you consider I'm stitching with partially metallic thread, I think that's a very reasonable amount to have stitched, because the thread, the other floss, I'm not sure if it's DMC based or I'm not sure. Anyway, the other floss is fine, but that one with the metallic running through it, wow. Yeah, I'm not a metallic thread fan. I love the end result though, so I'm willing to put in the time that it requires. But tips and tricks, if you're working with metallic thread, keep your threads short. You don't want to have big long threads because it starts to fray and catch a knot. And that's probably my biggest tip that I had to relearn when I was doing that piece. Anyway, I really love that, and I'd love to have it finished in 2025. Don't know if that'll happen, but I can hope. Then I treated myself as well to a new start. This is a pattern that I had gotten, I'm not sure if it was at Stitch North, or I think it was at Jacob Palooza at the Stitch North in the fall of 2020. Was that fall of 23 or 2024? Fall of 23, I think. Anyway, it's a modern folk embroidery. What's called the Biscuit Mill. And I am using some very old Charles Craft blue, I think Monaco maybe, from my stash. So this is a new start, so there's no pre-picture. I got this far, which I think is a reasonable start. I'm using Roxy Floss Co. 2 colors. I haven't started with the almond yet, so it's almond and just navy. This, unfortunately, is all the floss that I have in those colors. So I'm going to have to get more because the pattern has already told me I need 4 of the blue and 2 of the light. So anyway, I think that's quite a reasonable start. I'm pleased with that. And I love Jacob's designs. And the Biscuit Mill reminds me of the Kinderdijk area of the Netherlands, which is an area where there's many words. This is a menopausal brain. There's many windmills along the Kinderdijk that you can see in their different shapes and sizes, and that's what that reminds me of. So when we lived in Germany, we were only a few kilometers from the Dutch and the Belgian border. So even though we lived in Germany, I feel very closely connected to the Netherlands and to Belgium because we were just so close to them. The other one that I have been stitching, this was the exclusive for the Brin and Needle retail shop opening from last year. It's a stained glass bookmark. This is my design for under 4 boys and an NL girl using Brin and Needle colors. And it's based off of the window, the stained glass window. This is an actual photograph of it. That is or was in our retail space in the Posey Row building downtown St. John's on Duckworth Street. And somebody suggested that I make that into a full cross-stitch piece, and I may very well. But for now, I am working on this bookmark. And this is a color completer's dream. And if you like using Brin and Needle colors, which of course I love, you're going to love this. So it's only on 14 count. It's just a 14 count piece of scrap fabric that I had that I've serged around. And here's the top piece. And those colors there at the top are, and bear with me because it's going to take me a minute to figure that out. So the pink, the lovely pink variegated is violet, very light. No, sorry. Bear with me. It's going to take a minute. It's Fool's Spring. The center of the flower is Lassie Moggs. The blue on the outer corner. Blue on the outer corners are Newfoundland, Canada's New Fun Land. The inside kind of turquoisely blue around the flower here is berg hunting. And the last one, oh no, two more. Down here, this variegated green and blue is land and sea. And then this reddy pink there in the middle is Nanny Bennett's lipstick. So those are all Brenda Needle variegated colors. That's what they look like when they're stitched up. Just beautiful. So I still got two more motifs to finish and stitch, and then I'll finish this in the bookmark. I'll show you that process as I go, because I think that'll be fun. Oh, I forgot to mention this cute little needle minder. This little sweater needle minder here is from Cotton and Clay UK, and it's just adorable. So I am going to be having another new start, probably not today, so I guess in February of 2025. But I wanted to show you, I'm going to insert here a picture of it's a picture of a cat pattern that I had purchased in 2024, and I had been hemming and hawing about the fabric and what I was going to do with it. I have all my colors, and I'm trying not to drop them here. I have all my colors in DMC for this cat, and then I have dyed this fabric. So I think that's going to go great. Let's look at the fabric. So there's, of course, hand-dyed fabric. There's two sides. This is the side that I think I'm going to be using. It is a deep navy with some fairly significant variegation. The other side, I think, has even more variegation. It's quite a bit more variegated, but still tone on tone. So this is the piece I'm going to be using for that cat, and I'm probably going to stick, if I can hold this correctly, to this middle area here. But I mean, that cat, a lot of it's full coverage, so it's not going to matter. It's really going to matter about what you see along the edges. Or I might put it near the bottom, or I might turn it over and work on it here. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm really pleased with how that fabric turned out. This is a 28 count Monaco that I had in my stash that I dyed. I don't normally dye Monaco. I haven't dyed Monaco for Brenda Needle, so I'm going to have a see how this stitches up, and then yeah, if anybody's interested in seeing some Monaco fabric through Brenda Needle, just let me know. And if I like the way that it is stitching up and such there, then I'll consider dyeing it for Brenda Needle as well. That's all my stitchy news right now. I thought I'd show you a little bit of knitting. So for anybody who has been following along for Flossmas, for example, I am still knitting my husband's hat. I have I think it's 4 inches to go. This is the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. I'll put that information on the screen. The concept is, because you're going to look at this and think it's a sleeping bag for a gnome because it's so long. So the concept is that you knit a long tube that is completed at 2 ends. Then this end, or vice versa, gets tucked up and into the other end, and then the edges folded up. So it actually makes 4 layers of wool around your ears. So I have, I'm doing great guns with this. I'm knitting on it very occasionally, but that Grossmore colorway, which is by Fleece Artist, it's a Canadian hand dyeing company out of Nova Scotia. This is from their Canada National Park's 150 year celebrations from a few years ago. And I'm loving how that is knitting up. So that's how far I am. You never know, maybe by the next time you and I speak, that I don't know if it'll be finished, but I'm certainly on the finish. I'm closer to the finish than I am at the start. Likely I'm going to have to add in a completely different color to it to finish it up, because I'll show you how much yarn I got left. I don't think I'm likely going to have enough to complete the whole inside, but that's okay because it's going to be tucked inside, so you're not going to see that. I have this much yarn left, so I'm anticipating I'm going to run out, but that's fine. I was anticipating that may happen from the beginning anyway. I don't think I had quite enough yardage for the pattern. the other thing I want to show you is I decided that I would pick up another whip from quite some time ago. Oh, this is a, let's look at some haul. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous bag from Gamma's Treasures, and I'm just going to open, just bear with me here while I open it. So this is a wide mouth bag. Isn't that beautiful? It came with a, so this is for cross stitch. It came with a floss away, what's that called? Pad sheet, and a notions pouch. And Strawberry Thief by William Morris, as you probably know, is one of my favorite designs by William Morris. So it's just really highlighted here in this bag. And in here I am housing a teeny tiny whip. So I decided, you know what, I was interested in working on some socks. And when I did so, I realized that I already should have brought sock buckers. I don't think I got any around me. I already had one finished. Now these socks are actually a little bit too small for me. So these are going to be a present for a special someone. I just love the pattern at the top. And I will put the pattern and the pattern design designer at the bottom of the screen because I can't remember it offhand. It's actually on this phone. But the colorway that I'm using is, do I have the colorway? No, but I know it's by the Cozy Knitter, which is Canadian hand dyer of striped. She specializes in, Christina, hi Christina. Christina specializes in striped self-striping yarn. So this is one of hers. I can't remember what this one's called. It might be Hygge. Might be Hygge. Anyway, I got started on sock number 2. I got a little start. Anyway, enough of a start that I have started barely. You can't even see it the way I'm showing it. Just a second now. Fix that. So I got a wee little start into, you can't see that. I got a wee little start into the pattern. So here's the cuff is done, and I'm probably 5 or 6 rows into the pattern. So that's cool. Yeah, so I need to, it seems to me I made a mistake, so I got to take it back a row and then get restarted. And this, like I said, was by, the bag itself is by Gamma's Treasures. I just, there's her information there. Is that going to focus? Maybe not. I'll put that at the bottom of the screen because I don't think it's focusing. I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen so you can look Dawn up. Hi, Dawn. Okay, I think that's all I have to show here right now. I'm just going to have a drink of tea. When I come down here, I have learned that I need to bring my tea in a travel mug because it invariably gets cold in between me drinking it. And I don't like drinking cold tea, which is why when I'm upstairs, I have it in the microwave the majority of the time. So that's all for me for now. Before I go, though, very importantly, because I said I would do this mid-month and I'm 2 weeks late, is draw a winner for the key fob scissor fob treat. That was I think it was a 2018 Cotton and Twine Stitchy Box. No, it's not called Stitchy Box. It's a Cotton and Twine subscription box. Sorry, Stitchy Box is another company. So the lovely winner of that. So thank you for everybody who commented and wrote to me on my last video. I really appreciate it. I tend not to respond in person to the comments on a video where there's going to be a draw because it just makes it confusing for the random comment picker to pick information. Anyway, I'm probably doing something wrong if that's a problem, but I apologize for not responding to the lovely things that people wrote there. The winner is Just Susan P. Yay! So Susan, Just Susan, get in contact with me. I'll put my email address down at the bottom. Just send me an email and I will get that condensed box. I am going to condense the box. I'm going to condense the box so it's a little less expensive at the post office. Anyway, I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you have some time this week, or especially this weekend, to get a few stitches into a project that you're loving. And I will catch up with you again soon. Bye!